How's your morning going? Because I'm having breakfast. And so are they. But they are not supposed to be here. They are supposed to be there. So let's take care of it, I guess. So once I put the horses away, I got things fueling up, had my breakfast. Here we are. We're gonna get out to the field here, get things serviced, try and get an early start. Wind was up all night. There's not really any dew. And the moisture came down enough yesterday that if it went back up today, that would be good. We'd make more money, have less splits. So let's try and get combining as early as possible. Dad's truck at DOT yesterday. They pulled him in. It's out of service now because brakes out of adjustment and ABS light. And Andrew was hauling a load of beans to the elevator this morning and he blew a tire, so he's getting a tire put back on our trailer currently. But because Dad's truck is out of service now, we will have to hire in a trucker. We already called the guy this morning. He's going to be at the field here in an hour. And it wouldn't be a big deal because we have two safety good trailers that we can use on the road anytime, anywhere. But they pulled the trailer out of service because of the ABS light and the truck out of service because of brakes out of adjustment. If they didn't pull the trailer out, we could have just used our other Volvo on his trailer, but now we don't have a truck and trailer. So hey, stuff happens, you adapt, you overcome, you keep moving forward. It's starting to feel like a grind. That is how harvest always feels, but you know, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. As long as you keep pushing through every day, make it to the next, we'll be good. Yes, hi, you want some attention? I just got to the field. We're gonna start fueling things up. My grain cart driver's not here yet though. And the hired truck just showed up. Good guy. We've used him and known him for a while. And he's probably the most interesting guy you could talk to. I love talking to him. The stories are wild. He's full of energy. Great guy. Since the grain cart driver's not here, I guess I'll load him up. We'll see what happens. I really haven't used this cart often, so we'll see how it goes. Then we'll start fueling, greasing, and get going. This was a 320 acre field. Almost got this wrapped up, and then we're on to mine and my brother's last field. It's a full section, so takes a while, but you can get a lot done. Woo! Just in the nick of time, I got saved. Grain cart operator showed up, so thankfully I don't have to load them. We got to make sure that those weights are bang on though, because DOT is being pretty picky this harvest. A lot of stories of farmers getting pulled in. Crazy. This guy, he got his truck and trailer safety 2 weeks before he got pulled in, and they still made him do all the rest and whatever. I mean, he was good, but like, yeah, I don't know. They're doing their job. I swear, we're going through these lock and lube cartridges like candy. As soon as you pop pressure on them like once or twice, they're kind of toast, but there really isn't any better option on the market. So we just, every week or two, we're changing tips, but it takes a lot of greasing. I mean, we're doing 10-hour fittings pretty much every day. We got a pretty good system going. I think we pumped off about 2,000 liters of diesel. I greased everything here. He also unloaded that, and we did all the oil checks and kind of all the rest of the morning routine, and it took us 45 minutes. That's getting quick. I like this. This is going well. Anyways, it's like 10:20. So I'm gonna unload these because we left the combines pretty well full yesterday when we quit because the truck got pulled over by DOT and threw a wrench in the plans. So we'll get them unloaded and then get combining. Hopefully finish up this field maybe in 2 hours, and then move to the last section of James Brothers beans, which is awesome. I mean, we're cranking away. I'm getting tired of sitting in the seat, but I would also love to be done. We're getting going here. It's 10:50. Andrew got a new tire put on, and he just showed up, which is good because since we left everything full last night, we haven't really combined much, but even after that truck we sent out this morning, everything is kind of full again. So we'll get him loaded up and out of here in the next 20 minutes, hopefully, and keep on cranking along. Not much to do here, which is nice. So I was talking to my brother, I think last night, and he said, as you go more north in this field, watch out for the ditches. And his words specifically were, I modeled them after the Grand Canyon. And I would agree with him. Some of them are pretty severe. But we had a lot of ditching to do last year, and we had a good window, but we also knew with the amount we had to get done that we couldn't spend all the time in the world making all the nice slopes. More important to get the water off and slope it after. Maybe we'll get some time again this fall to do some. At least tune them up a bit. But, I mean, hey, the ditches worked fantastic. But, my goodness, last night the auto header height doesn't react fast enough for the ditches. So, I was trying to lift up. But, it's like you could see where the one scraper pan cut is in the bottom of the ditch, and then it's got like a lip, and holy smokes, a number of times I caught that lip, and then the whole cutter bar is just a thick piece of dirt all the way across. At least now it's bright out and I can see a little bit better what's coming up and what's going on. So hopefully I don't catch too much more mud. I couldn't have broke a worse knife. These end ones are the worst to change. See how quickly I can get her done, but when you're in beans, it's pretty impossible to just leave them. So we'll see what I can do here. And when it comes to these end ones, the easiest way to change them, I feel like, is pulling the knife out so you can get in here, because then you can loosen a couple of these, pound out the old one with the new one, and it goes a lot quicker. So as long as I don't snap any bolts, which, I mean, if I do, I've got spares, you guys know me. But we'll see if we can get this quickly done up before my dad gets too close and I have to let him pass me, because nothing worse than my dad passing me. Because if you ain't first, you're last. No, we just got a good system. Dad's used to being behind me, I'm used to being in front, and it works well. So we will leave these nuts on just a little bit so we can pound the bolts out the bottom and get a new knife in there quick, fast. Hammer. There we go. Probably have to put you down, but we'll get her done. Back in action. Probably took like 7 minutes, so that's the nice thing about having all the tools and guards and knives, everything you need in the combine. That's the first knife we've broken during the day that stopped us. Like, we'll go over the knives, you know, if we have a rain day, whatever it may be, and change out the ones that look pretty bad, but you know, if they're leaving strips or pulling them out, then you got to change them in the field. Also, the deep tiller has caught up to us again. So, unfortunately, we're not completely done, and he has to turn around early. So I don't play farming sim. The last thing I feel like doing is 12 is light for harvest. A 14-hour day, and then going home and pretending to farm. But do you guys have to get out and clean the mud off your headers in farming sim? Because if not, man, they got off that realism for 2026. Because definitely a real problem when it comes to beans and that sort of thing. I don't know. Farming sim, if you're paying attention, there's a thought. Ultra realism mode. You gotta control your header and clean mud off when you push mud. I like the sounds of that. Actually, I don't. It sounds awful. But it would be realistic. This is a good ditch. We will definitely take this one slow. And I'm not going to be using auto header height for that. Oh. Camera doesn't do it justice, but take my word for it. It's a good one. Might be 2 passes left in this field. Of course, that one right against the edge is always terrible in beans because you hang up on every little thing on the edge there. But hey, this is a pretty good sized field. Glad to get it done, and it'll be nice to move on to the next one, which is twice as big as this one. So it feels like it takes forever. Time to move to the next field. glad we're done this. I am happy for every acre we get done before the rain comes, because after that it is going to suck. We're in our next field here. We got a moisture, it was 14.2, greens were 1%, but it's patchy, it's spotty, you can see the green. I don't really know if we're gonna be able to continue going for much longer, but we're gonna fill the grain cart and see what we think, you know, of the total blended sample for some of these mile-long runs. So we had a question about our trucks and trailers. We use Super Bees for everything, whether we're going to our own bins or going to the elevator. We like Super Bees because, you know, your cost per bushel to haul is the cheapest you're gonna get because you can haul the most grain. We also think it's very beneficial for when you show up to an elevator and have to wait 2 lines, to be able to haul 25% more than a triaxle. You can haul a lot of grain and that makes it worth it. The reason we went with Volvos with sleeper cabs is A, Volvos are cheap. They're not cool, so they're cheap. You can pick them up for a very reasonable price. They're comfortable. They drive really well. And we have automatics in them. You can throw any driver in there and they can get it really easily. They have issues in the field, so we do have to be careful with that, but our guys are experienced. We have kind of a protocol for when you pull into a field, you back up, go forward a couple times, make the ground a bit harder, and then we usually don't have issues. And if we do, then we have a chain and we'll just pull them out. It's not a big deal. And we went with sleepers because if the trucks are waiting, it's nice to be comfortable. And you know, you pull up to an elevator, you got a 2-hour wait, you can hang out in the back. If you're on the spray trailer, you fill the sprayer and you're waiting for an hour. So it's just nice having a sleeper. We enjoy it, it's comfortable. I guess if we didn't have a sleeper, we could haul a few hundred more pounds, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's a big deal. So that is why we run the trucks that we run. Yeah, I didn't even do a full pass. I don't know why that one field was ready and this one isn't, because this one was literally planted the day after. But it's not here yet. So I guess we're waiting on beans now for a couple days. This is Boo 6. So a 0.6 maturity for anyone wondering. Yeah, that's what it is. We're gonna get things wrapped up, moved over to my place, organized and ready for rain, because they say we'll get rain tomorrow, but they've been calling for rain all week and we haven't gotten it yet. So we quit in the field, and now we're moving all the equipment just to the other side of the field, right over there, because that's by my place. So while we're waiting for stuff to turn, or if we get rain, then at least it's right by my place and I can get a few more things done on the equipment while we wait. Well, it rained a little bit, not nearly enough to stop us, but we are actually up against ready and ripe crop, which is amazing. So it looks like we'll have a couple days, you know, that are slower while we're waiting for some stuff to ripen. Maybe I'll get a weekend off here. That would be phenomenal. We've all worked really hard and I'm impressed with what we've gotten done. We're on pace. We're actually ahead of some of our better harvests. So all things considered, I think we're doing really well. And now I get a bit of time to relax, hang out with the family, and work on some of the stuff that needs work. And Bennett is currently in the truck right now, honking the horn. So that's going to wrap it up. You guys have a good one. And I think we'll see you tomorrow, but we'll see what happens.